Welcome to the EQ Video Tip. I'm your host, Eric Forsetter. It's great to have you back again. We're going to jump into a great show just after we watch the goals of EQ Video Tip. Welcome back. We've got a great show on tap today. We're going to talk to you about 4 secrets that will make you emotionally more intelligent. And this comes to us from barkingupthewrongtree.com. One of the things that this site talks about are the 4 R's. So we're going to jump into the 4 R's that are going to help you become more emotionally intelligent. And what better way to do this on the EQ Video Tip. The first R, realize. We need to realize and become more self-aware. And becoming self-aware sounds pretty easy, right? We should just go and do some introspection. Nope, that's wrong actually. What we need to do to realize more about ourselves and become more self-aware is to ask others about it. The author recommends taking 5 to 10 good friends and getting their self-assessment of you. Now, that may be hard to handle, spoon, stomach, whatever the word is that you want to think about. But it's really important to become more self-aware. We have to see how others perceive us and what they perceive in terms of how we talk to them and what we do. So take a moment, get with 4 to 8, maybe 5 to 10 friends, talk to them, ask for some self-awareness on yourself, and understand more so that you can realize the first part of becoming emotionally more intelligent. R number 2, recognize and label it. We go through hundreds of emotions per day, and it's important that we check in with ourselves not just once a day, but several times during the day to recognize and label the feelings that we're feeling right now. It sounds simple, but none of us do it. When you feel anxious at times, are you sad? Are you nervous? What is the emotion that you're feeling? And according to Matthew Lieberman, who's a neuroscientist at UCLA, he recommends that there's an incredible power of being able to help us control our emotions when we label them. So take a moment to recognize and label the emotion that you're feeling. And not just the emotion right now, but throughout the day. Maybe set a timer for once an hour, every few hours, but take a moment to do that. It will help increase your EQ. Tip number 3, refine. And labeling, as we mentioned, is really good, but we really need to get to a point where emotional granularity comes into play. And what I mean by that, and what the author means by that, is understanding what emotion we're feeling and what it really means. By definition, we would say, hey, we're anxious or we're nervous about something that's coming up. But in reality, what are we nervous about? Is it we have too much pressure for a presentation that's coming up? Are we nervous that we have too much work on our hands? Do we have anxiety that we're about to go on vacation and a big project is due? Labeling and refining the actual definition of what you're feeling helps out immensely in terms of understanding and comprehending your own emotions. And what better way to help others than to understand one's own emotions? So in doing this and understanding more about the emotions you're going through and refining it, you'll have a better way to communicate to others what you're feeling, and then also have the empathy to understand how they're feeling as well. Take a moment, look at a thesaurus, look at different word charts, and try to understand and refine the way you're feeling. It will help to lead to more emotional intelligence. Our final R, reframe. We talk a lot in EQ about reframing with purpose, but here we're reframing emotions. And it doesn't necessarily have to have a purpose, so to speak, but we need to reframe them. If you're nervous for a presentation, instead of saying, I'm really nervous about the presentation, say, I'm really excited about it. Again, it's reframing, trying to calm those emotions. We're going to naturally feel emotions no matter what we do. The key is to take that first emotion and classify it, and then try to reframe it as we go through the different emotions. It's something that we worry about because we always get trapped into that first emotion, like I'm so stressed. But are we really stressed, or are we actually excited? Again, taking the time to really think and hone in on your emotions will help you become more emotionally intelligent. And labeling it, refining it, will even further help you out in the long run. Give it a chance to figure out, what else could it be? I feel stressed, but am I just really excited to go on that trip? Little things like that make a huge difference in understanding your emotions. Now, this takes time, and you won't become a Jedi master of emotional intelligence overnight. But with practice, with reframing and understanding and refining it, it will help you become more emotionally intelligent. Take a few minutes to reframe your emotions. That concludes this week's EQ video tip on the 4 R's to help you become emotionally more intelligent. Take a look at them again. Try to practice them daily, as it takes time to figure them out. We hope this helps you out. So that concludes our EQ video tip for today. Try incorporating some of these tips into your daily routine. But remember, use what works best for you and personalize it for yourself. Thank you always to our great research team for providing us with some great tips today. As always on EQ Video Tip, we want to end with gratitude. So thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. Here are some resources that you can use if you want more information on EQ going forward. Thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thank you.